Hey guys, Prowl1701 here, and today we are going to be ranking Series 7 of modern Doctor Who, Matt Smith's final full season as the Doctor. Series 7 is an interesting one, because like Series 6, it was split into two different halves, a front half and a back half, basically. Unlike Series 6, though, which still feels very much like one cohesive season, Series 7 feels like two different seasons. They're very different. The Doctor has a different outfit, a new TARDIS interior, different companion. They really don't feel like they're the same season. And a lot of times when I'm ranking the series or the seasons, I rank them separately because they feel so different tonally. But trying to rank the stories in the season proved interesting because they do feel so different. Including both the Christmas specials that aired around this time. We have 15 to go through. I will not be including Day of the Doctor and Time of the Doctor. I don't consider them part of Series 7. Plus, I just find it more interesting to rank Series 7 without them, as they would obviously be like Day of the Doctor would be number 1 easy, so I'm not even going to do that. And Time would be toward the top 2. So it's going to be just actual Series 7 from the wardrobe one all the way through Name of the Doctor. In 15th place in the bottom, we have Journey to the Center of the TARDIS. I just don't like this one, like, at all. I think it's crap. I think it's utter and total crap. It's neat to see some of the interior of the TARDIS, because we don't see that a lot, like, that much interior of the TARDIS. But I think it's bad. I don't like it. Easily my least favorite of the season. Number 14 is Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. Other than David Bradley being great, I don't really care for it. It's nice to meet Rory's dad, but I just think the episode is silly. I mean, the name just gives it away. Dinosaurs on the Spaceship. I don't know, it's just silly. Number 13 is the Doctor, the Wizard, the Wardrobe, the whatever it is. I've literally only watched this one once. I genuinely do need to give it a rewatch, but I wasn't invested in it at all. By the end of it, I was just like, eh. It's not that I necessarily thought it was bad. I just thought it was extremely uninteresting. I completely toned out, to be honest, of it. Number 12 is The Angels Take Manhattan. I think this is the one where the Weeping Angels really just jumped the shark, so to speak. This is where they kind of lost me. I love them in Blink. I still think they're good in the Flesh and Stone two-parter, Time of Angels. I think they're really good there. But here, to me, this is where they really hit that slippery slope of going downhill. And just to be honest, I don't really care for the episode. I don't hate it necessarily, but I don't really care for it. 11 is Rings of Akatan. Don't really care for it. Doctor has a great speech in it. Other than that, don't really care. Number 10, Power of Three. It has a couple things I like. I like when the Doctor is bored and he's running around doing all the different stuff, painting fences, bouncing the soccer ball. That's funny. I enjoy that part. And I like that it introduces Kate. And I think Kate's done really good in this episode. And the bit when he talks to her about, don't give up hope, Kate. Your dad never did. That was a nice, touching little moment that I really enjoyed. But other than that, I just found the episode uninteresting. Very, very uninteresting. Number 9 is Nightmare in Silver. I don't quite hate this one as much as some people do, but I don't really care for it either. I don't really like the Cyberman design. I really don't like the whole upgrading. Again, the Cybermen seem a little too robotic in this. Don't really care for it. I do like Smith with what he's got going on with the whole dual personality thing between him and Mr. Clever. I actually do think Matt Smith acts that out really well when he's flipping between the two. And I actually find that really, really neat. But don't care for it overall. Number 8 is the Crimson Horror. Normally this one would probably rank higher, but I haven't found myself wanting to go back and rewatch it in a while. I've talked before about how much I think Crimson Horror is underrated. And a year ago, I would have ranked this one a lot higher. I just haven't felt the want to go back and revisit it like I have some of the others on the list. However, I do love the episode. It's a lot like The Unicorn and the Wasp. It's just kind of a fun episode. It's not meant to be essential Doctor Who. It's not meant to be mind-blowing Doctor Who. It's just meant to be a fun little romp adventure, and that's exactly what it is. And it is a lot of fun to watch. Number 7 is Hyde, which I really like. I've talked before about how I like Hyde because it changes genre mid-story. You know, it starts off more as a horror thing, and then it turns into more a parallel universe time travel thing. And even got a nice little romance story twice over in there. It really does take a lot of turns that you don't normally see in TV shows, even in Doctor Who. And the fact that it pulls all of those off, especially completely changing genres mid-story, and it pulls it off. It's a really good story. I actually went back and rewatched it a few months back and really enjoyed it. I think it pulls it off better than more people give it credit for. Number 6 is Cold War. I like Cold War a lot. I like the Ice Warriors. I think it was a great return for the Ice Warriors. I like it being in a submarine, gives it that really claustrophobic setting, kind of a base under siege in the submarine, which also gives, it's nice to see the Ice Warrior come out of his armor, because it enables him to hide in shadows and reach down and catch people and grab people when they're unaware. I like that. Plus, I like the fact that since it explains its armor the Ice Warriors are wearing, it gives them an excuse to keep their classic design and not have to, you know, revise it or update it, kind of like tried to do with the Silurians and failed to do because the modern Silurians don't look too great to me. Their eyes are too human, don't care for it. But because they use it as armor, they're able to keep that classic Ice Warrior design, and it just doesn't look silly now that we know that it is actually armor they're usually in. And again, David Warner's in it. I like me some David Warner. And I actually enjoy Clara in it, and we actually get to see Matt Smith's red setting on his Sonic in it. That's pretty cool. Next on the list is let's see where I'm at. Name of the Doctor. Name of the Doctor's got some good stuff going for it. I love the opening with Hartnell and all the classic Doctors and seeing Clara interact with them. One of the best openings of all time in Doctor Who. I loved it. The first time I watched it, my jaw was just on the floor. I absolutely loved it. The music that was playing there. I love the bit at the end when we're introduced to John Hurt as the War Doctor. That's another jaw-dropping moment. What's going on with this? Not just the fact there's this other doctor, but it's freaking John Hurt. That's really good. Richard E. Grant is great in this. I really like Richard E. Grant in this. I've been watching Loki lately, and you know, he plays a character in Loki, and I've really enjoyed him in that as well. I like Richard E. Grant. I'm learning more and more. He's just a really good actor. I really need to see Scream of Sharka or whatever it's called, with that animated one where he plays the Doctor. I'm really curious to see that sometime. I've never seen it. And like I said, there's some other stuff about it that's good, some other stuff that's not. I'm kind of, at this point, I was kind of burned out on the Potstenatter gang or whatever they're called, the Potsteneater, I can't, whatever. It's one of those words I always see but never hear. Whatever it is, the little group with Strax and Vastra, I'm kind of burned out and sick of them at this point. So them being in the episode kind of pulls it down for me. But I do enjoy it overall. It's a good story. Number 4 is Asylum of the Daleks, which I find a lot of fun. It's very flawed. It's got a lot of problems. The Daleks having a parliament is kind of weird. The Daleks having an asylum is kind of weird because you figure defective Daleks, they just kill them. Why would they have an asylum for them? I don't really care for the Dalek nanite people that start showing up from here with the stalks in their head. I don't really like that. And then Amy and Rory suddenly divorcing and being at odds with each other out of nowhere seems like something that was written up just to serve the plot of the story. It feels very forced. I don't really believe it. I do love some things, though. I like how they snuck in Jenna Coleman's character here because we did not know she was going to show up this early in the season. I like the little twist with her at the end because I didn't see it coming. And I love the fact the Doctor knew something was up early on because of the souffle stuff. I love some of the humor in it. Like the bit when he's like, "That's your plan. You're going to fire me at a planet." And then somebody says something. He's like, "Don't compliment the Daleks when they're firing me at a planet." So it does have some moments in it I like. It's kind of one of those Dalek stories, when I turn my brain off, I can really enjoy it. It's nice seeing a bunch of the classic Daleks briefly. I like the bit when Rory's talking to the one Dalek and it's just doing the egg, 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 egg. I like that. I thought that was funny. When Rory walks in the room, he's like, "Who killed all the Daleks?" And he's just like, "Who do you think?" It has fun moments. It's a fun watch for all its flaws. Number 3 is A Town Called Mercy. This one I do think is very well written, very heartfelt. A really good story. It's a really good look at the Doctor. I really like the vigilante cyborg in it. You can understand his motivations. The doctor that helped build him, you can understand his motivations. A lot of gray areas going on in this story, and I really like it. I think they do the Southwest pretty well here, or the Old West, I should say. The kind of cowboy Old West, I think they pull off pretty well. Again, Matt Smith really does steal the show with his acting. You know, that bit when he basically throws the guy across the line and holds him at gunpoint. It's a really powerful, really strong story. Number 2 is The Snowmen. Again, Richard E. Grant's great. I like this version of Clara a lot. I really do love the other 2 versions of Clara more than the actual version that we travel with later. She's really good. I like the new TARDIS interior when we see it. I like seeing the Doctor warm to her. I love how he keeps his TARDIS up in the clouds. That's really nice. Again, Richard E. Grant. Nice to see the Great Intelligence. I had never seen Web of Fear or Abominable Snowman. I still haven't seen Abominable Snowman. So this was, while I'd heard of the Great Intelligence, this was the first story I had seen with the Great Intelligence in it when it aired. So it was nice for me to see a classic Who villain, and I think Richard E. Grant plays him really, really well here. Just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And then number 1 for me is The Bells of St. John. I know some people don't like this one, but I do. It's I think it's just a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I like the Doctor trying to figure out how he's getting a phone call in like the 1400s or wherever he is. That's funny. I like how the little robot things work when they can hack you. Pretty neat, the idea of something being in the Wi-Fi that can get you. I find that a pretty neat concept. I like the Doctor's little bike. I like the little music that plays when they're first riding around at the beginning. That ba 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 ba. I like that. I have the soundtrack. I listen to that sometimes when I'm in the car. I just like that short little theme. I really enjoy when he's talking to the one guy. And he's like, "Did you not even hear the part about anti-grav?" And he rides the bike up. And I like the fact we find out there that that's actually the machine he's hacked that looks like him, because I didn't see that coming. I like The Bells of St. John. It's really fun. I think it's a good story, but I think it's a fun story. And I really do think Jenna Coleman and Matt Smith have good chemistry together. I think Eleven and Clara are really good together. And I really wish Matt would have done one more season, because I would have liked to have seen more of them together. I think they had really good chemistry. So that is my list for Series 7. I would like to know what you think of Series 7 and how you would rank Series 7 and what you think of my ranking. So comment down below. I always enjoy interacting with you guys. Other things to do, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications so you never miss out on a new video. I also have a Patreon. If you would like to contribute to that, there is a link to that down below. I do have a poll going that is open to the public right now. That will be voting on which modern series Doctor I will be doing a big review on. So it's going to be between the War Doctor, the 9th Doctor, the 10th Doctor, the 11th Doctor, the 12th Doctor, 13th Doctor, and the Fugitive Doctor. Which one people would like me to see do a big video about, and that one is open to the public. Anyone can vote on it, so there is a link to that down below. Most importantly, though, stay safe, and thank you for watching.